trend that's making waves online, floodlighting. Now, originally coined by world-renowned research professor Brené Brown, the phenomenon refers to singles who disclose deeply personal information too soon with their potential love interests.
So how can you spot the signs of floodlighting, and why is this form of oversharing so problematic for your relationships? To break it all down, we welcome back relationship expert and counsellor Laura Press. Hey, Laura, nice to see you again.
Lovely to see you both.
Let's get stuck into this. Explain what floodlighting actually is and how the trend manifests in the early stages of dating.
So floodlighting is when you kind of on the first, second, third date and someone really overshares. They're really sharing and emotionally dumping on the other person. And what we're seeing is a big TikTok trend where people are getting online and sharing their stories of going on this date and really not almost getting a word in and feeling very overwhelmed around it. And so it's important to know that this is usually a defense mechanism and it's not real connection.
Okay, but there is a reason why these people would feel like they need to overshare, just to give them a bit of, attention in a way. Why do people do this?
Yeah, so people often overshare when they've got a history of not feeling like seen, understood, or validated. So they think, well, I'll just get it all out there. And if they respond in the right way, then, I won't waste my time if this will be the right thing to pursue. Or they might feel like they're looking for safety in the relationship straight away. And obviously, it's a good idea, but not straight away because you haven't formed that trust over time yet. And another thing is they can be really anxious. They want to create a really great connection, but it's just a bit too soon for that big oversharing just yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's hard, isn't it? When you're dating sometimes, I think people are nervous. They might have had bad things, experiences in the past. So they've probably got the best intentions, but it's probably not the best way to start things off with the A to Z of everything that's gone on in your life. But it happens to all of us.
What are some of the other red flags, apart from not being able to get a word in the conversation? What are the other red flags?
So if you feel like you're emotionally hijacked in that date, then that can be a really big red flag that you should look out for. Also, if you feel like a pressure to respond, to be as equally as vulnerable or share private or personal information, that's another red flag. And expecting closeness straight away, honestly, that should be in your own time at your own pace and be a natural evolution. And lastly, needing time to process. That's a healthy boundary and they should respect that. Otherwise, it can be a red flag.
Okay, what's the balance then in between sort of opening up a little bit but then not oversharing too much? How do you do it?
Yeah, it's a tricky balance, isn't it? So you want to share what you're comfortable with sharing. So, of course, you want to create some emotional intimacy, but just at the right time and the right place. Obviously, the first date's a good place to get out all the, what do you do, who you are, and all those types of things. And then as it grows, it can go deeper. So be mindful of safety as well, because obviously you need to build trust between one another and feel safe. So don't share too much private, personal information straight away. And notice why you're sharing. Does it come from a place of anxiousness, like, oh, they're sharing, so I need to? Or do you actually feel comfortable and you want to relate in that way? And is it mutual? It really needs to be a two-way street. Otherwise, it's a big flag.
Hey, Laura, we talk about this a lot, how the whole dating world has changed so much now around the digital world, and so many of these relationships are being formed online, and that can go for days or weeks or even months before you sit down with someone. So this mightn't present online, but all of a sudden you're copying it there in person on your first date, right?
Yes, and this is the thing to be aware. There's so much hidden behind the scenes online, and you don't really know what you've got. So it's important just to temper yourself. I know it can be very exciting, but just hold back a little bit and share. Like if you were sharing something on social media that everyone would see, then maybe that's a good thing to share online in that, even though it's a closed conversation and that type of thing. You just want to be mindful because you don't want to get into a trap where it's something that's unsafe, or you're maybe not even talking to who you think you're talking to. I mean, there's plenty of examples of speaking to a different sex that you thought you were speaking to and all that type of thing.
I mean, the other thing is everything is always online. The people you're meeting, half the time if you just look at their Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, you can learn so much about them because we sort of overshare online already, don't we?
We do really overshare, and it's important for that balance and to be discerning, because otherwise, you could be answering personal questions with a complete stranger, and if you put that out online, then that's kind of fair game, right? They've read it, consumed it. So it just needs to be that mindfulness around what we want to share and then what would we feel comfortable actually answering in a first, second or third date situation.
Okay. As we say goodbye, your top tip then for even starting this dating process online that so many people are doing now?
I think it's just to take it slowly, be discerning, and know that trust is earned over time. So you want to spend the time to get to know one another, earn that trust, then you get the emotional intimacy and the emotional connection. But it doesn't come first, it usually comes after the other steps.
All right, some good advice. I'm just going to go and delete a few overshares, I think, that are on my grid. I'll be back in about 12 years.
And maybe some of your TV stuff as well.
Oh, all
just
of
a little
the TV
bit.
stuff.
Laura, lovely to talk to you as always.
Thanks,
Thank
Laura.
you.
Some really good tips. It is hard. It's hard.